Hey, first graders, we are at the end of chapter 9, and so we are going to do the review and test pages. So you'll want to make sure you have those pages ready, as well as your pencil, and of course a crayon, so we can go back and check our work. Please, please, please make sure that when you get to the end of each page, that you check your work with us so that you can see where your stars are, where you've met your goal, and where you are still working on things and still climbing those stairs to reach newer heights. Okay, so let's look. This is the page we're looking at, of course, and let's start with our pencil. Number 1 says match each word on the left to a drawing on the right. So here we have shortest, match it to the picture that goes best, and longest. Again, match it with the picture that goes best. Number 2, look at the green streams. Is the first line shorter than the second line? Pick yes or no. Look at red. Is the first line shorter than the second line? Pick yes or no. Look at the blue. Is the first line shorter than the second line? Pick yes or no. Number 3. The crayon is about 5 tiles long. Draw tiles below the crayon to show its length. I'll get you guys started. You're going to have 1 tile. It's about like that. So when it says to draw tiles, you're just drawing like little squares underneath. Okay, so what would it look like if you were measuring it with tiles, and it's about 5 tiles long? Pause if you need more time. If you are ready, then switch to your crayon. And let's go back to number 1. Which of the rectangles is the shortest? This one. Which rectangle is longest? This one. If that's how you made the matches on number 1, you can give yourself a star. Otherwise, fix it with your crayon. Number 2, looking at the green, is the first line shorter? Here's the first line. Yes, it is shorter. Looking at red, is the first line shorter? Here's the first line. No, the first line was longer. Looking at blue, is the first line shorter? Here's the first line. Yes, it is shorter. So yes, no, yes. If that's what you got, give yourself a star. Otherwise, fix it with your crayon. Okay, number 3, it doesn't have to be exact, but I should be able to see that you used 5 squares. And again, remember it says about 5 tiles long, so it doesn't need to be exactly 5 tiles long. Okay, as long as we show that we have our tiles are touching each other. Okay, we're not leaving gaps in between. And from beginning to the end of the crayon is close to 5. Then you get the star. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the next set of pages. We're looking at number 4. It says, use the paper clips below. About how long is the worm? So we have a picture of a worm there. And you'll write how many paper clips long is the worm on the blank. Number 5 has 3 different questions. It says measure the ribbons and use the paper clips. So we have a red ribbon, say about how many paper clips, green, about how many paper clips, and blue, about how many paper clips. Number 6, look at the hour hand. What is the time? So looking here, the hour hand is pointing to the 10. Which of these is the correct time? Number 7, what is the time? Circle the time that makes the sentence true. The time is blank, 1:30, 2 o'clock, or 2:30. Look at the hour hand. It's between the 2 and the 3. Number 8, choose all the ways that name the time on the clock. So there will be more than one correct answer. So looking at the clock, is it 6:30? Is it 11:30? Is it 6 o'clock? Is it 11:30? Pick all the ways that are true for that clock. Okay, let's go back and check our work with a crayon. If you need more time, pause the video to finish. Number 4, with our crayon, I see the worm. The worm goes to about 3 paper clips. You can see it's almost exactly at the end of the paper clip, just a little bit before. Number 5, the red ribbon goes just a little bit past 3 paper clips, but it's not very far onto number 4, so I'm still going to say 3. It's closer to 3 than it is to 4. The green one is only about 1 paper clip, and the blue one is about 5 paper clips. Now each of these pictures has 6 paper clips, but none of the ribbons went to the end. So if you got the answers on this page right, give yourself stars. And when you're ready, come over to question 6. Look at the hour hand. What is the time? We see the hour hand is pointing to the 10, and when it's right on a number, we know it's o'clock, o'clock, o'clock. So this is 10 o'clock. Number 7, when we're between 2 and 3, we're not going to be just 2 o'clock now, and we're on our way to 3, so we're past the 2. So it's not 1:30, it's not right on the 2, so it's not 2 o'clock. It's between the 2 and the 3, so it's 2:30 or 2:30. Number 8, Does the clock show 6:30 o'clock? Well, the minute hand has gone halfway around the clock, but the hour hand is nowhere near the 6, so that's not true. 11:30 o'clock. Again, we see the minute hand is halfway around the clock, so half past seems right. And the hour hand is between the 11 and 12. So it started at the 11, it's working its way to 12. So, but it has gone past the 11 halfway. It is 11:30. 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock might be what you chose if you have your hands mixed up. If the hour hand were pointing down and the minute hand were pointing up, it would be 6 o'clock, but the minute hand would have to be all the way to the 12, not between the 11 and 12. The last one says 11:30. Remember, we already chose 11:30, and half of an hour is 30 minutes. So 11:30 is the same thing as 11:30. So that is your other correct answer. Okay, let's move to the last page. And we're actually not going to do the bottom question because they kind of already did it for you. Kind of silly of them. But we are going to do question 9 and 10. So you should be back with your pencil. And number 9 says, draw the hand on the clock to show 9:30. Now notice we already have one hand pointing between the 9 and the 10. That's the hour hand, showing that we're moving from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. We need the minute hand to show we've had 30 minutes. Where should the minute hand go? Number 10. Lucy tried to show 5 o'clock. She made a mistake. Draw hands on the clock to show 5 o'clock. Okay, look at Lucy's clock. She wants to show 5 o'clock. I see o'clock, but I don't see 5 o'clock. Can you make the purple clock show 5 o'clock? And then tell me, what did Lucy do wrong? Explain her mistake. That can go in the box. Pause the video to give yourself enough time to finish. And when you're ready, switch to your crayon. And let's go back to number 9. Number 9 says draw the hand on the clock to show 9:30. We already have the hour hand showing between 9 and 10. What we need is the minute hand to show 30. That would go straight down to the 6, because when the minute hand has moved from the 12 to the 6, it has moved 30 minutes, or half of the clock, half of an hour. Number 10, to show 5 o'clock, we need to have the minute hand to the 12, just like Lucy had. But we also need an hour hand to go to the 5. That was a little ski-bumpus. Okay. So what did Lucy do wrong? She forgot the hour hand. You can show time with just an hour hand, but you can't show time with just a minute hand. So if you wrote something about needing the hour hand, or she forgot the hour hand, then you've earned the star on that one. Go ahead and double check your work there, mark with stars or stairs based on what you need. Fix your work as needed as well. And that is at the end of our work for today. So thank you so much for working on chapter 9 with me, and I'm excited to see what we do in the future. Happy learning!